it's been a long time coming, the return to Football Manager. It's been a long time coming. Football Manager 23, I believe, was the last one that I made any content for, that I streamed at all. But we are definitely going to be getting back into that. Yes, we are definitely going to be getting back into that. That being said, we're going to have a bit of a look through FM26. So we're just going to quickly watch through the different videos that they've done. It's not too long, maybe 15, 20 minutes. I think it will take us in total. And we'll probably talk through all of them. Maybe we'll listen and then talk after. But we'll see. We shall see. For now, let's watch this one. Hopefully the audio is going to be good. I think it should be fine. If it's a little loud, let me know and we'll turn it down. Might be a touch loud. The match engine looks fantastic, doesn't it? Well, fantastic for Football Manager. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. See that goalkeeper stuff, that doesn't happen in FM24. It's Man United. We don't play that kind of football anymore. The game's unrealistic. Man United doesn't play that kind of football anymore. That was silky. I like it. New animations. There's a few of the old bits, and I think a couple of people there looked a little bit floaty on the ground still. I like the music that they've gone with. I've heard lots of criticism about the use of the word bespoke, the repeating of music over and over again. Oh, we've got adverts for Yoti there. Okay, or Yoti, I don't know how you pronounce it. I'm no wizard with things like that. All right, cool. So that's the first look. Obviously, there is full Premier League licensing now, which is amazing. We're not going to watch that one, though. Here we go. 3 minutes, 48 seconds. We're probably going to have an advert, so apologies for that. I'll mute it. But that initial match day first look video is good. I have seen that one before. There are some new animations. I do think people look a little bit glidey on the ground still, which I'm not a massive fan of. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are, but yeah, it's not. It's something that I would love to have seen improved, but obviously they can't do everything. I say that like they haven't had 2 years to do this, but there we go. Still a great game, FM24, and as long as they haven't butchered it, you can't really get it wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't really get FM wrong when they've got it right for so long as they don't completely butcher it, which this should give us a bit of an idea. Love the fact that women's football's in the game now as well, by the way, and I love the fact that we'll get into that anyway, but I love the fact that it's integral. You can just swap between. It's all in one world. Great stuff. I've seen it.
In FM26, we're changing the game with a refreshed UI. A new intuitive way to...
A minute. Start that again.
In FM26, we're changing the game with a refreshed UI. Okay. A new intuitive way to explore every element of your career.
Bookmarks.
Meets a visual identity.
That's great.
That's tailor-made for the modern manager. In FM26, football belongs to you and your vision. Every lineup tweak, transfer negotiation, and slice of dressing room drama shapes your season. And the user interface is where you make it all happen. Through listening to community feedback and deep research.
Sorry, I've just realised I'm almost certainly blocking everything, aren't I? Really? See if I can get me down in the bottom corner here. Perhaps that'll be a little bit better. There we go. Hopefully that's not blocking too much. You've probably all seen it already anyway, to be honest. I don't know why I'm worrying. All right.
Research into how you truly navigate your careers.
Okay, so this is, he just said it, didn't he? The hub. Okay. So obviously everything's back up at the top, which is good. Seem to still have an inbox, although it's called messages now. I remember them making quite the point about managers not using emails or something. Fixtures. So this would be like just what would normally be the homepage, right, on the top left. That all looks relatively similar, but I do like it. It looks clean. It's not customizable though, by the look of it. You don't have any sort of like drop down little arrows to let you know you can change things, although there does seem to be a couple of different options over here. Whether you can edit that or not, don't know, but I doubt it, but based on looking at the rest of it. Can't really see it because of the wonder if that'll go away. God, because the YouTube stuff at the top there. But obviously we're up at a top bar now.
We've developed a game-changing new UI
all sorts of stuff over at the top. So
your
bar's just going from the left to the top like it used to be.
It's clear, accessible, and makes diving into the detail that matters most to you easier than ever. Let's take a closer look.
Okay.
Up top, the redesigned navbar covers
squad
your
recruitment, match day, club, and career.
Recruitment to shaping your tactics to locking in those last-minute
and the little drop downs. I assume they just bring up a page underneath, but then you've got the little.
This evolution from the traditional sidebar is all about faster access to the heart of your FM experience.
Next to stages,
bringing
and
a fresh take on the familiar. The navbar brings all the strategic depth you'd expect from FM, but streamlined and smarter than ever. Navigating over a section smoothly reveals a sub-menu right there when you need to dig a little deeper.
I mean, that at the top there, let's just go back a little bit so we can see it sometime where it's in the middle, hopefully. It's not going to be, is it? When was it sort of in the middle there? Right. I like the idea of this. There we go. That's what we want to see, right? But everything that they're doing there just makes me feel like everything is just another little click away. I suppose you had to click through multiple menus to get where you wanted to go sometimes anyway, but it just seems to be that they've cleaned it up in the sense that when you click squad now, instead of going to the squad page and then you would be able to, hover over the drop down and go to your numbers or your registration or, on overview, you would have a drop down there, right? They've kind of cleaned that up now, so each individual section has its own thing here. So you go to that particular page. So like club site would just be the same as club info previously. Club vision would be board vision, club vision, same. Performance feedback. That's an interesting one. I wonder if that's like just a dedicated page to what you used to get emails about in terms of whether the board and the fans were happy. Staff being in there, would then take you through. Yeah, it's so intriguing. I just want to play it, I just want to play it. Let me have a go.
Last minute matchday changes. All in one, easy to navigate space. This evolution from the traditional sidebar is all about faster access to the heart of your FM experience. Bringing a fresh take on the familiar, the navbar brings all the strategic depth you'd expect from FM, but streamlined.
Shit. There we go. Right. So inside the squad, overview, first team, training. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Obviously, now that it's been squashed like that, but yeah, training doesn't have its own section. It's within the squad. Medical center, atmosphere. I want to know more about that. Is that like a report of the atmosphere of what it's like for supporters of the club, how they feel, how it sounds on game day? Can you, I know that over time, I've seen a snippet saying that over time, if you're at like a lower league club, fantastic for journeyman saves or, even better for one club saves, right? When you build them up from nothing. We'll be doing one for sure. And a journeyman. We're going to play a lot of FM. I'm going to play a lot of FM with you guys. We're going to play a lot of FM. Where was I going before I got caught up on the fact that I'm going to play an obscene amount of Football Manager? Yeah, obviously, as you go, the grounds get better, right? So when they build a new stadium, you're going to actually notice that difference as you progress up the levels. You're going to notice more fans. You're going to notice that apparently the noise, there might be a reason to turn on Football Manager sound. In 2025, sorry, let's just clarify because everybody's still hurting. in FM26 that's coming out in 2025, there might be a reason to have Football Manager sound on. Incredible. That's going to increase as time goes on. Is that just a report of how that looks, or are there things that you can do to change that? Probably not that in depth, but, you know, imagine if you could allow drinking to get more diehard fans in there that just sing and are a mess and punch on. That's not going to be in the game, but you get the gist. You get the gist. Internationals, that is talking about when players are away on international duty, because I've not seen anything about international management, which makes me think it's not going to be in the game, which honestly is quite disappointing, because if I recall correctly, it was taken out of FM25, but they had stated that it would return for FM26. And there was another feature that was like that as well. Anyway, moving on. Cool. Promises, targets, squad numbers, registration, all under one thing. That the squad is just, it's taken like all those individual little pages and just made it into one drop-down menu, which I like. You don't have to go into the squad and then into the drop-downs.
Streamlined and smarter than ever.
We got way past
navigating over a section smoothly. Portal is your one-stop shop for the key happenings in your FM universe. Each card is an invitation to explore, unlocking more layers of detail.
Can you click on these cards, I wonder?
Being a football manager means being across every facet of a busy club, and that means plenty of messages, all vying for your time and attention. FM26's fresh portal system means you're seamlessly in control, interlinking messages, results, news, the calendar, and beyond in one digestible hub.
Lots more options.
Everything from team prep to calming matchday nerves is streamlined.
Lots more options.
Matchday nerve prep. Everything from in one digestible.
Lots more options. I'm afraid you just don't see it fitting with plans at the minute. Maybe there isn't. Maybe it's just within a message now. I was thinking like the training conversations. You've done good, you've done bad. They always hate it when you say they've done good. Still lots of football to be played this season. Be patient. You get playing time that you want. I get where you're coming from, but I can't drop Colin. Can't pronounce that fella's name. I know who he is, but I can't pronounce his name. Work hard and be ready to make an impact when the moment comes. Yeah, okay, so similar stuff. What's this one? It's got that, so it's different in some capacity, but I want to make sure my players are happy, so so that's like agreeing to the promise.
In one digestible hub.
Lots more info.
Everything from team prep to calming matchday nerves is streamlined, discoverable, and just one click away.
Modernised.
Of course, no game is the same, and every manager has their unique style, quirks, and footballing passions.
So like a quick
Whether your
sim
focus
option.
is on developing wonder kids, tactical innovation, or dominating the elite in the transfer market, FM26 is tailored to your priorities, your way. The introduction way is tailored to.
Right. So, this is news. So you, where did he get this from? Did he get this from the calendar?
Transfer market.
No, see your news, opens it up, and this is how it comes up. So you see social media as well as the actual news story, and then information as well. I mean, it's pretty good.
Is tailored to your priorities, your way.
More of what you care about,
introduction
less
of
of what you don't.
Customizes your managerial world, adapting how you view the beautiful game. The features you use most are always within easy reach, bespoke for your playstyle. Change your bookmarks, change the game.
That's not what I thought it was going to be, though. I mean, they've probably got lots, if not, I would assume all of the options on there, but I was really kind of, when he said bookmarks, I was wanting that to be that you could take any page while you're on it and bookmark it, and then it would appear up there. So you just one click away, but this appears to be toggle
Scouting
on and off
out the
from a
opposition's
list
key threats
that
or
they already have
up for the
generated.
transfer market. Our innovative, streamlined take on player reports makes viewing player performance and profile information a breeze, with enhanced details unlocked with just a click. A radically overhauled search tool isn't just about grabbing critical information without fuss.
They've changed search. I'm very happy right now. This is relevant information. This is incredible. This isn't like Brighton from, Portugal League 6 or something. Or Spain. Oh. Information about the club as well. FMpedia. Yeah, okay. A tutorial for new players. That's good news. That'll help me when I come back to it as well, because I'm going to be so rusty. I mean, I've been playing a fair bit of FM in my own personal time, obviously through FM24, but it's going to be different and I'm going to be rusty. It's been a minute. So the manager, their assistant manager, technical director, updates about them. Is that messages you've received that are... They must just have Brighton in the body. Oh.
It's also about your gateway to becoming a better equipped and more complete football manager. Beyond the usual rapid access to clubs, players, coaches and other areas of the game, Search Now also surfaces an unrivaled collection of guides, support and insights from our FMpedia. Perfect if you're an intrepid first-timer or returning to the franchise after some time out of the hot seat. It's all about building a deeper relationship to the beautiful game, from tactics to terminology, no matter where you are on your football journey. You can just dive in with Search. You can just no deeper relationship.
This is all within the search bar.
It's all about after some time or returning effect. If guides, support.
They're showing it in a way that's really annoying, I've got to be honest. Show me the page. He probably will at the end. No, he doesn't. Right. Because this is looking like it's the training.
Support and insights from our FMpedia. Perfect.
Oh, okay. So this is FMpedia. So FMpedia is linked into the search bar is what he was getting at the end. Okay, cool.
Perfect. If you're an intrepid first-timer or returning to the franchise after some time out of the hot seat.
So you're looking at your squad, comes up like this. How many players you've got? First team again. Strange. Surely that's not going to be like that when it comes out. Surely not. Don't know. Stop calling me Shirley. Left wing back. Oh, 2 position issues. Okay, yeah. So they crap at right. Attacking midfielder, central right. 2 attacking midfielders, right, and 1 on the right. My brain is just not working. See, it's been away for so long. It also, that dots on the left, they're exactly the same there. They're just copy and pasting these little things, obviously. So this is a made up, it's all made up. Obviously, they've made the game. But it's like a made up version of that page individually, because surely that's not taken from anywhere. Why would it be showing wing back left at left midfield and attacking midfielder central right at left midfield? Anyway, waffling. Related tabs and information. I mean, look, you could sit in here for hours probably, couldn't you?
From tactics to terminology, no matter where you are on your football journey. You can just dive in with Search. And it all comes back to the portal. Everything connects here. Every part of your football envision now united, accessible and customizable on your terms. Our redesigned UI for FM26 means clarity without compromise.
I like it.
It's all the depth and knowledge you expect, but simpler to access. More intuitive to navigate
that
and crafted smarter to serve the future.
Customizable by the look of it.
We cannot wait for you to experience it. Step into the dugout.
All right. Cool. Look, I like it. It looks clean. Yeah. It's all right, and it like, I don't know, I really like the look of it, of course. But there's a couple of things that I'm concerned about, but they'd be easy things to implement though, I suppose. Like making this interchangeable. If these sections aren't changeable, that's going to be quite disappointing. But I do really like how it looks overall, which is good. Inbox is still inbox. It's just been renamed to messages. We're now at the top from instead of down the side, and it's all sort of been compartmentalized a little bit better. And bookmarks is cool, but again, I think you're choosing which 5 icons you want to have up there from a list that comes up there, from what I can see, as opposed to being able to go into your news site and then while you're in news site, be like, right, I want to bookmark this page, and then it will show up here. You probably can set news site, I imagine, as one of the things from there. But yeah, I wonder whether that's going to be allow you to have obscure things that you regularly use that maybe isn't a common place to go. But everybody plays it a little bit differently, don't they? All right, cool. That one's good. Now we've got the introduction of women's football. This is apologies for that. You have to deal with looking at those tasty burgers. Here we go. All right. Now, women's football's been added. Great news. What I already know about it is it's been interlinked into the men's game. So it's one world, which is fantastic. That's exactly the way it should be. If it was 2 separate games, it would annoy me. If anything, I can't remember where we've seen that before, but we have seen that before. And it doesn't annoy me because of the fact that they shouldn't be separated. It's just like, surely that was more work for you, no? Not to just build... Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about, clearly. Not a game designer. By any capacity, just a game enjoyer, an FM enjoyer. Right. And lots of other games, as we're going to find out when we play Mega Bonk. Women's football.
It's been a long time coming.
As indeed.
The support, the passion, the rise and rise of the sport. And now it is finally part of Football Manager. This year, women's football has been introduced for the very first time in series history, changing the game forever. A new dimension, fully integrated and ready for you to discover however you want to play. With 14 leagues, across 11 nations and 3 continents, including some of the biggest licenses in the women's game. And it's all powered by the largest women's football database in games. It's still the Football Manager you know, built...
Well, that was a flex, wasn't it? that was a come at me FIFA, wasn't it? the biggest women's database in games.
In games. Football database in games. It's still
Brutal.
The Football Manager you know, built on depth, authenticity and realism. But now the women's game sits within that same universe. One world, one ecosystem, one database.
That's
Your
the bit I think is really,
begins
really
here
cool.
In a new
One
dimension
database,
of
one
the
world.
Beautiful game. Select men's football, women's football, or both, all existing together in one connected world. Seamlessly
Wait a minute. Let's just listen to what she said there again.
Your story begins here in a new dimension of the beautiful game. Select men's football, women's football, or both, all existing together in one connected world. Seamlessly integrated into the game you know and love, but with its own identity, shaped by how women truly play the sport at the highest level. That means a different transfer market.
Hang on 1 second. So, I don't get it. She just said you can choose men's football, women's football, or both. But then she said it's all existing in one world. So is that just saying, oh, you can choose to play? Maybe she just means you could choose to play men's football, women's football, or both existing in one world. So maybe she's talking like save wide there. Okay, cool. Different transfer market, as she just said.
Shorter deals, fewer release clauses, a system modelled on the realities of the women's game.
Shorter deals,
That's
fewer
reflected with
release
injuries
clauses, okay.
too, based on real-world player data. A 20 is still a 20. For example, a striker in the women's game with a 20 for finishing is rated on the same scale as a men's striker, just measured within their own competitive context. But accuracy takes more than just data. Dedicated motion in the women's game, men's striker.
These new pages, to say it looks a bit bland, but I suppose it's got that, not bland, but like up here it looks a bit bland, but I'm saying it like, I think that's because it's got the light blue for Man City running through. Sickening colour. Was there a player other than Man City there? No. Gross. Anyway, we're moving on. Current ability, potential ability, still there. I'm torn, right? I'm torn because I can't make my mind up whether I like all of this being boxed off individually or not. I do like the fact that set pieces has been separated off. That's good. It needs to be in its own section. So you just have a quick glance and be like, oh yeah, we're pretty good at set pieces, you know? Rather than having to try and dig it out. I mean, obviously you remember where they were eventually. This, though, moment of pause for me, almost missing it. Have we got any more on this one? Ooh. Okay. That all looks the same. Centre forward's a bit different. Channel forward's a bit different. Okay. And then playmaking wing back. Just your Alexander Arnold role, isn't it, really? That's all that one is. Inside wing back, yes. Inside fullback, wing back, yeah. Okay.
Measured within their own competitive context.
I like this, though. It's like, again, I keep using that same word. Try to stop it here. Wide central midfielder. Mazzala? Must be. I know Mazzala's getting taken out, so it's now just called wide central midfielder, I guess. The wacky names are going to be gone. Still have a segundo, though, surely. Still have a segundo. But, yeah. Mazzala, Trequartista's been removed. One other for certain, I believe, is what I've seen so far. Anyway, look, they're just, I think that ultimately they're just getting renamed. I think that what they actually do within the game is still going to be present in that fashion. I think it's just going to be called something different. Okay.
But accuracy takes more than just data. Dedicated motion capture sessions with real footballers to understand the characteristics of how women move on the pitch, from pressing to passing, from shooting to celebrating. The results? More accurate movement, more realistic moments, a game that feels authentic on and off the pitch. This has been years in the making, built from the ground up, a promise made in 2021, delivered in FM26. And this is just the start. The database will expand, the experience will deepen, the game will keep evolving. In FM26, women's football is yours to define. Step into the dugout, it's time to change the game.
All right, cool. So, obviously good things to take away, like I say. It's all in one world, which is great. Simultaneously together, also great. Obviously, mocap for female players, and obviously what that means for their animations, which is great. I imagine from the way that they're talking there, I guess the reason that it's probably taken so long to get to this point is because they will have actually had it. That's probably going to be almost an entirely different game, match engine wise. Because if they've done mocap, have they changed every single animation to be how the female players have done it through mocap? It's interesting. They said about obviously differing in terms of injuries, stats are still a 20, but just on their own competitive scale, it's all sounded pretty good. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's like something that I particularly have been like desperate to play, but I'm glad that it's in the game. There are obviously a lot of women that play Football Manager out there, I'm sure. And, you know, they should be able to play women's football, you know, and fellas as well. Obviously, if they watch women's football and want to, we'll certainly do a save or two. I think, you know, if it's the way that they say whole world is one thing, that it's all integral. We'll probably go through a women's club on, you've got to be careful how we say that. We'll probably go through, like a women's team at least once, I imagine, through like our journeyman save. It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to play over there. And then, look, not that I'm going to be doing it anytime soon, probably not in FM26, I don't imagine. But a Pentagon challenge as well, that opens that up, because now you've got obviously the women's game and all the different achievements on that side as well. So I really like the addition. I think it's good. It just swells the game, and I think it'll be, you know, I know some people have been complaining about it, it's mongs, but you know, it'll be good. Match day experience me. Restart me, turn on.
Football Manager 26 marks the next evolution.
The same song, when you listen to them all back to back, you have been listening to that song for quite some time, haven't you? Oh, yeah, dear. All right, let's get through these pretty quick because we're getting on a bit now.
Of football management, a legacy redefined for a new era, and with the most advanced match experience in series history. This is the future of football storytelling. That means hundreds of new player animations, updated camera angles, a redefined highlight system, brand new cutscenes, improved lighting, richer pitch textures, and upgraded stadiums, all elevated by the Unity engine. All of this comes together to raise immersion to new heights, unlocking the most authentic football simulation yet. And for the very first time,
Premier League stuff at the top looks legit.
On the pitch, movement feels fluid, natural, and truer to football. This year, we've taken the use of volumetric animations even further, with new on-the-ball animations, all powered by Hawkeye Innovations. Captured from real stadiums, with real players delivering the authentic movement of the world's best. This brings football to life like never before.
That wouldn't happen, but it was an goal,
shots and more. Every touch, every action, more real than ever. We've taken the same approach with female players, blending real match action and
does look a lot better. It does look a lot better. But what's going on here? I don't know about that. Like, who are they even supposed to be supporting? Wolves, I would assume. Look, that's a concern for me. That's just that they don't look like people. It does look to be the same animation a lot of times, which again you are going to do, but it just appears to be, you know, like 2 or 3 seats away from the next one. I mean, some stuff that they've got in here is cool and detailed, so it just makes me think like, how, and why aren't they wearing team colours? And Wolves are away. Is this supposed to be Spurs? I don't know. Anyway,
more real than ever.
The game, I suppose, the bit that you're actually supposed to be watching looks great.
And bespoke motion capture to reflect the unique
bespoke
ways
motion capture,
authentically representing the women's game in FM26 for the very first time. But our FM26 match improvements
go back. We got more there. Here. Oh, you're not going to be able to see it because of the thing up the top there. We can probably get this in screenshots, right? But down the bottom, you can see you got your players' information there. Sorry, he's going to be behind this. There's no way to get rid of this, is there? No. I'm useless. Yeah, I'm useless with YouTube. Hilarious. I am, though. You can see your players. We're going to need a skin pretty quick, you know, which, ironically, I think they've actually said you won't be able to have skins. You'll be able to have player faces and, you know, kits and things like that. Which, again, they're going to have quite a few leagues in there now. There might be a lot of kits already. Anyway, you're going to have a lot of that. But then you're also going to have no skin for a while, which means I'm not going to remember who's playing where. Obviously, I can't even really see it. But up the top there, if we go back a little bit further so that we get all of it. Here we go.
Authentically
tactics, instructions, and your mentality up the top left.
But our FM26 match
I thought mentality wasn't in the game anymore. I hadn't seen it before.
The match engine itself rewritten. For example, attacking players are now better equipped to stand up their opponents before deciding to take them on.
Got another little snippet of that today on X as well, which we'll have a look at.
That's
good.
In the middle of the pitch. Of course, that's not all. You'll learn more about further match AI improvements.
Same goal down the other end.
Into FM26's new tactical tools. No matter who you're managing, you'll feel closer to every moment thanks to a rebuilt camera system that covers a much wider range of angles across the pitch. Inspired by real-life TV coverage, a brand new broadcast mode combines multiple camera points.
That looks a little better. At least it's the right colour kit. But yeah,
and all
still
new
not
cinematic
great.
angles to give you the best view of the action. With major audio improvements, FM26 doesn't just look like real football, it sounds like it too. And it goes further.
Do you hear that? It sounds like it too. We might need to have sound on for Football Manager. Imagine.
Replays have had an overhaul. With a range of bespoke new angles added, FM26 now looks at the type of goal scored to give you the best possible replay, ensuring you're always given the perfect view, however it hits the back of the net. Also new this year, Dynamic Mode, a highlight option that adapts to every match, giving you the moments that matter most. In a close or crucial match, highlights will increase as full time approaches, but if you coast into victory, you'll see fewer, letting the result play out as you close in on the win. Dynamic Mode reflects the match, the drama, the action, and the glory. Upgraded stadiums breathe new...
Okay, Dynamic Mode. This is great. Take me back to what I just actually clicked on. There we go. So, this is great. Looks like you can turn it on and off. So it's toggleable. Toggleable. Oh God, something just happened with words. Is that even a word? Can we make that a word if it's not a word? Toggleable. Sounds good. Or I like saying it, I should say. Dynamic mode on or off at any point in time. Great news. This is great news. Now you can see at the top here, a little sneaky, but I've actually confirmed this. In and out of possession tactics. Highlights, dynamic modes can go on. You can see your different things or dynamic mode, which will then change between the two. Now, it doesn't seem to be very customizable.
Dynamic mode.
Just seems to grey out the options, which I know what it does. If it's a big, important game, you're going to see more highlights in that game. If it's not such an important game, you're not going to see so many highlights and it's going to roll through it. I want that to be toggleable. I want that to be toggleable. I want to be able to say, but like in more detail. So I want to be able to say, right, you know, I want rivalry games to show me more highlights. I don't want that to be every rivalry game. I want to be able to go in and say, right, you know, for Man United Liverpool, I want to see the highlights. For Man United Man City, I want to see the highlights. And for, you know, United and Leeds, I want to see the highlights. But for Bolton, I don't care. Certainly at the start of the game when they're lower leagues, I don't care as much. So I want it to be tweakable in that sense. I'm just using it as an example. We don't really have Bolton as a rival, but they're rivals with us in Football Manager. They have been previously. Sorry, I've got my Man United hat on. Let me take that off. You see the scarf? You see that? Yeah, always representing. Always. Even in these dark days, laugh all you want. This looks good.
Highlight option that
I like it.
Every match.
You see more of what you want, see less of what you don't. It's the general concept of this entire game, I think. I think that should be its tagline. FM26. See more of what you want, see less of what you don't.
Dynamic mode reflects the match, the drama, the action.
We got through this already, didn't we?
To lower league grounds.
Stadiums. Look at it. Night games.
Significantly. FM26 now better reflects the location.
Much better surrounding area.
On the pitch, a dramatic overhaul.
There are corners.
Transforms every detail, making each match look and feel truly authentic.
That's what I'm talking about when I said, as you play along with a club, especially if you play along with like a lower league club or something like that you've got to build them up over time. Seeing them go from having a nothing stadium and like hardly any support to that growing. Hopefully the noise is growing with that as well, like the stadium noise growing and the stadium itself. I mean, like, you'd love them to take it, one step further, right? And like as you go up, instead of it being houses around, you start to build complexes and stuff. Not you building it. Like I'm not saying like those crappy mobile games, sorry, but it's just not my cup of tea. But I'm not saying like those, wait an hour and then your training facilities will have gone up in level. But I'm talking about just being able to see almost as if like it is developing as a club as well as, as well as just a team on the pitch.
Making every match day more immersive and those big occasions even more special. Between the action, a brand new match overview.
This is sick. So this is now your new tablet in a sense. your formations are always there, and it looks like you've got 3 different options, match stats and 3 different options. There's lots of different options there, and you've got a constant 2D panel. 2D panel? Unbelievable. That's great. And you know what else this is going to do? This is going to incentivize me, particularly, but I'm sure a lot of other people as well, to have it slower for highlights, for text-only highlights. Because obviously if you've got it on full speed, which I have it at normally, the games go a little quicker, which is nice. But your 2D would be fucking all over the place, wouldn't it? It would be crazy. So anyway, this is looking great. And then you dug out down the bottom of your latest scores. Not sure what's going on with this scroll bar, but yeah, I don't know how they left that in there for the video, but this actually does disappear during this video, I believe. They made a comment about it actually being gone. So
giving you a clearer picture of your team's performance before you pulled back into the action.
There it's gone. How did they let that one slip?
From your assistant manager are always at hand, while expandable data cards give you deeper insight, powering smarter decisions as you chase victory. So step into the dugout and get closer to the action than ever, where every match tells its story.
Cool.
It's time to change the game.
The music and the try to change the game has happened a few times, hasn't it? Right. This.
So you're watching YouTube.
Oh, my God. Sorry for the adverts. They're horrendous, aren't they? Not that the adverts are bad, but just having them there. Apologies. I'm being a peasant currently. Leave me alone. Right.
We now have, obviously, the 2 formations that we're going to...
Sorry, I said right and then just press play. Tactics Explainer. This is explaining the new... There's lots more to it, but we'll see it very shortly, I'm sure. In possession and out of possession tactics. Incredible update.
We now have
it's massive,
2
man.
formations that we're going to put
it's
into
massive.
the game, and you have a in-possession screen.
It's probably as big for Football Manager.
How information looks in one area of the game, and then how it looks in the other, because now you have control over both.
In and out of possession tactics.
Trying to think of what the last
here.
big change
FM26,
on this level
you've got
was, I
more
think.
flexibility than
Look
ever
at that.
before.
I am absolutely hyped. I'm guessing you're as excited as I am.
Absolutely.
I am absolutely hyped. I'm guessing you're as excited.
What am I doing? There, sorry. Didn't go far enough. I didn't realise. No, they seem to be on both here. But this looks great. Gives you a bit more of an idea as to how the whole thing's going to work as well, because you've obviously, again, this is what I mean by more clicks, though. You've clicked on match day, then clicked on tactics to get to this. And before, you just had to click on tactics. And I don't know about you, but I spend a lot of time there. That's when I do my team selection and everything. Anyway. We'll see. But this looks really, really nice. I like it. Bit washed out, the green. If I'm being honest, it's a bit washed out. But I like the setup. These subs seem to be a little bit squashed in down here. But overall, nice. It's like you've got, your tactics page has just been freshened up. And they've slapped out of possession on. Which, again, I'm very excited for.
Ever before.
I am absolutely hyped. I'm guessing you're as excited as I am.
Absolutely. Couldn't be more excited about this feature. Most importantly is what the FM community have wanted for
Agreed.
I'm so delighted to have this feature in the game this year.
I think me and the FM community and all the new players will be thinking, how does this come to life?
Well, we now have, obviously, the 2 formations that we're going to put into the game, and you have a in-possession screen and out-of-possession screen, so you can see how your formation looks in one area of the game and then how it looks in the other, because now you have control over both.
Why was this such an important feature to actually bring in?
I think there's 2 answers to that. I think the first thing is, if you look at real football, if people want to recreate their real-life managers and create their tactics, you need to have that in-possession, out-of-possession split to correctly, replicate what they're doing. And I think the second part is a more practical part, where, for example, in FM24, if you created a tactic and you had like a winger in a 4-3-3 and you wanted to move him to attacking midfield for an in-possession reason, you couldn't do that without affecting how we defended. Whereas now with our in-possession and out-of-possession formations, you can make that change for an in-possession reason without it affecting out-of-possession.
That makes me think. Player roles are going to change too.
Completely changed. Player roles are now split between in-possession and out-of-possession. For our in-possession formations, we have some new
There you go. Split roles between in possession and out of possession. And here are Phil Foden's out of possession roles. Oh, he can play 4 stages. Okay, he's a 3. Oh. They have current ability based on obviously different positions as normal, but based on their ability to do the out of possession role. That makes obviously a lot of sense. But I like that. It's like a whole different side to the game. This could be something that takes a long time to do. This could be why it's taken 2 years. This kind of stuff, like when you think about the deeper level of this and how this actually works within the match engine, very good. If this works, it'll probably be the best FM ever, eh? If it works.
Roles and
all
some
right.
roles that have
I didn't even
some
look at
new
what the roles were. Splitting outlet attacking midfielder, central outlet attacking midfielder, or tracking attacking midfielder. So I imagine chases down the player and actually tries to defend. Sits in the middle and provides an attacking outlet when possession is regained. What it used to do before these new roles, I don't know. Splitting outlet would probably be, pinging off towards the wings, I would imagine. Interesting.
We have some new roles and some roles that have been reworked, and then for out
Pressing
possession,
fullback,
we have a
holding
completely
fullback.
new set of roles. One of the
Tracking winger, wide outlet winger, and an inside winger. So winger, inside forward, defending, and then general winger role.
biggest things for me is you can have 2 identical formations in possession for 2 different teams, but the roles and how they behave out of possession will make it behave differently.
How does that differ then between the two?
So if you have an example of a top team, you're the favourite to win the game, and you're playing a 4-3-3 and you have an advanced playmaker, you might want them to be a presser out of possession, win the ball high, try and get final third turnovers. Whereas if you're an underdog team and you're playing a 4-3-3 out of possession, you might want to have an advanced playmaker in possession when you got.
I like this. In possession card. Tells you their sort of key points of what they do, how good they are at it. Shows you the key attributes for that particular role. In this menu, I am a happy boy. I am a happy boy. This is great news. This is actually fantastic news. Just simple little things like that. This is a great little out snippet just for, especially if you're someone that's, new to Football Manager, or, imagine somebody that's new to football. I very recently got a little bit obsessed with American football, with gridiron. I don't want to go into this too much, but obviously trying to learn a new sport through a game, which I've been having a little bit of a go on, college football, EA. But that, trying to learn a new sport through a game is very difficult. I've been watching the real sport as well, but things like this makes it really easy for somebody to take away everything that's happening on screen and boil it right down to, okay, focus, this position, what do they actually need to do, and done. Although I will say, this might be necessary because I don't think I've seen anywhere where they've been highlighting attributes for positions, have they? Just subconsciously, I don't think that there's anything highlighted there for splitting outlet, attacking midfielder.
Some new roles and some roles that have been reworked, and then for out possession,
there isn't.
We have a completely new set of.
There's no highlighted attributes on the player screen. So you have to go to... How did they get there?
One of the biggest things for me is you can have 2 identical formations in possession.
Doesn't tell us.
2 different teams, but the roles
doesn't tell us how they got to
make it behave differently.
This
in possession
screen.
when you got the ball, but out of possession, have them as a screener to maybe sit in a low block. And
Shows where they're
they're
positioned on the field as well.
Both
That's
things
good.
in mind, then, how are you able to actually see the team shape?
So what we've introduced this year is something called the visualizer. And what that is for in possession and out of possession
in the
for
game,
both
eh?
of them. And it will show you how your formation is looking in each phase of the game. So it will show you in your own third, in the middle third, and in the final third. And it will show you how, for example, the roles are combined in possession. It was going to show you how they're going to look in each section. And it shows you a very clear way of how your team is going to look based on what you've created in your tactics creator.
So we've got in possession, we've got out of possession, we've got transitions.
Created in your
So this is your tactics page that you used to open the 3 different sections on the side. It now looks like you can control build up, progression, final third. And you can set differing instructions. Obviously, you see where the players sit differently. But Man City would not have their entire team in possession. Unless it's implying like you've won the... maybe that's it. You've won the ball back down here, and that's where they all are, ready to push up. Interesting. Okay, so my apologies, because this walkthrough watch of Football Manager has gone on longer than I expected, but there's a lot to break down here. Familiarity and intensity still up at the top. It's familiar but different. Hold on, what's this? It's familiar, but at the same time different. It's a very stretched plus. They all say final third, I've just realised. That's got to be bugged, doesn't it? Because what have goal kicks or goal distribution got to do with the final third? Anyway, I like that you can see this. This is good. Having more of these spider graphs just around, really good.
We've got out of possession, we've got transitions. I'm guessing that's going to have a change as well.
Attacking transition and defensive transition, they've moved into their respective areas. So attacking transition is in possession, defensive transition now sits in out of possession. So they're not gone, they've just
not separate.
So I'm picking up FM
section
for the first time. I'm hyped, obviously, just picked it up, but I'm thinking, how accessible are these tactical changes for me?
So one of the biggest things as a team when designing the feature was to make it accessible for someone a first time looking at a tactics board, first time playing the game, but also someone that's a tactical expert that already knows what their in possession and out of possession formations are going to be.
Are there any tools available for that?
Yeah, so you can pick your team in possession, and then your assistant will help you pick your out of possession formation, and they'll also suggest some roles that you can have out of possessions.
All of that information on board, the hype is building, the excitement's building. What does that mean for FM players this year?
I think it can mean whatever you'd like it to mean, really. If you want to keep it relatively simple and use your assistant and use the recommended formations they use and use the visualizer and things like that, you can keep it pretty simple if you'd like to. However, if you'd like to go and be very in-depth, you can use the whole aspect of the 2 formations, all of the team instructions, in-game. If you want to make a change, every time you see something go wrong with your defenders, you want to change a formation or change maybe just the player role, you can do all of those things now, which you couldn't do
Guilty
before.
is charged. Oh, that was very abrupt. Okay. That only feels like half of the interview there, doesn't it? That feels like we missed out on some stuff there. Anyway, what we've also got is a quick look through here. So lots and lots of stuff being looked at, ticked off. This was the announcement, the women's game. There's just been a couple of bits and pieces, like they're confirming different leagues, that they're licensed now. Sorry, they've licensed now. The new Football Manager kit. It's more a picture of that lad than it is of the kit. I don't know. Personally, I'm not a fan of that one, but you make your own minds up. I don't know. The collar looks a little bit odd, and the badge being shiny, I think it's ridiculous. I thought Chelsea looked stupid when they did it last year or whatever it was. We don't do that. I'll just be disappointed in us as a football club. There was more information I wanted us to see. So animations done by them, which is good. The match day experience. There we go. Dynamic mode. Here we go. So we got stills that we can look at. That's not stills. That's a whole blog post, which will have stills on it. Here we go. Pretty standard. This is kind of just what we looked at. Yeah, this up here, look. Again, same but different. Familiar but new. I kind of like this. Looks a little mobile friendly. Console and mobile friendly though, doesn't it? It looks like they're blocking it off. I mean, they're going with the colours and stuff. You know what it does look like, actually? It reminds me of the Zealand skin. They're obviously thieving ideas. This is cool, but it feels like quite unnecessary. I need to see. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so this shows you. There you go. It was glitched before. It's amazing that some of this stuff gets left in the video, isn't it, really? I mean, I suppose you can't watch everything, but they've not got a proof watcher or something. Yeah. All these different options are shown here. You can hit select on each one, and it will pop up with these little boxes, and then you can select how you want it to be. Do I have to click that multiple times to get that to move, or is that going to open another window where I click again? It's a lot of clicking. There is an awful lot of clicking. But we'll see. You're not going to know how it feels until you get hands on with it, but it's good to see all of this different stuff. They've taken everything into account, gone really, really in depth with it. New player roles. You're going to give me a list somewhere of roles in and out. These are the new roles. No nonsense goalkeeper, ball playing goalkeeper, overlapping centre back, playmaking wing back, advanced wing back, midfield playmaker, wide central midfielder, wide forward, and channel forward. Okay. Now, there you go. It's goodbye to the Mezzala, Enganche, and Trequartista. Shame. Some have new functionality, like the inside forward. Is that it? What are you going to tell us? Entirely new. You say entirely new, but are these new or are these just reskins? Wide central midfielder. That sounds like a very dumbed down version of a Mezzala, doesn't it? Or a very bland version, I say. Not dumbed down, but a bland version. That's like, okay, if you're not familiar with Football Manager, here's what a Mezzala does. Anyway, could be wrong on that, but that's what it sounds like to me. This looks sick. Really, really cool. I see where the space posted this, and I was like, you've been playing the game without us. He's like, it's on the blog post. Fair enough. Fair enough. I've been a moron. Do like that. Do like the spider graphs. Don't think we need anything more from there. That's what we were kind of looking at before. What was the very, very new thing that we saw? In position, out of position. So it's literally going to be, you can have completely different formations in a sense as well. So, which is going to be cool. Like, I'm glad they've gone to, that level of detail with it. Obviously, you have one of these players, maybe your central midfielder drops back to become, your cam drops into central midfield, your central midfielder drops to a DM. Like, you can play about with this as you want. Go to a back five, go no wingers and have the guys come inside. Or it's interesting. There's a lot to it. Lots that can be done with it. I'm excited to get my hands on it. There's a blog post. That's the same blog post, isn't it? Yep. Great. Watch this fella. Oh. See it again. Action replay. Probably don't need the noise. Gives you an idea, though. Ah! Did you hear the mini pop? Cool. Takes on his man. Or stands his man up. Kind of, feints it a little bit. Pops it over the top of him. Good. And that's it. So that's your roundup so far. That's the roundup of FM. It's looking good. I'm excited. That's kind of everything that they've come out with in terms of official news. There have been leaks and stuff as well. Let's have just a quick look at that one. Excuse me, but ignore what I said about it. This apparently is the leaked main menu. Now, for starters, I don't think this is real. And it could be, don't get me wrong, it could be, but I don't think this is real. Certainly not wholly real, let's say. What's this timer about down the bottom? Bottom right hand side, you can see with my mouse. What's this timer about? Manager profiles being down the bottom here. I can see that being something that FM would put in the game. I don't know why that would be down there and then have some of the exact same type of menus up here. FMFC being the first thing. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Like, it doesn't. That looks just incredibly bland. Like somebody's just made this logo in the top left corner, FM26. That is just Word document, is it not? I mean, it feels like the panels have been taken. I mean, this one clips over the edge of it there. I mean, it's little brushes and touches, right? That again, FM did just leave. Sports Interactive did just leave a scroll bar and other stuff in the trailers. But overall, I don't know, and these player models just don't look good. If this is where we've got to, player model wise, using this engine, like the Unity engine's a decent engine. But anyway, here's to hoping, but that's our roundup for FM. That's everything that we know. I'm very excited about the game. Can't wait to get my hands on it. Comes out soon. I'm not cool enough to have a fanatical code, or I think it's fanatical. I'm not cool enough to get a fanatical code for me, so don't worry about buying it through any link from me. However, I would suggest, pick your own, whichever you like the most, but I would suggest going and using one of the YouTubers' fanatical codes or somewhere else that because it's cheaper for you anyway, and it supports them. So pick your favourite or the one that you feel you want to give it to, and go and use their code and get it cheaper. You still get beta access, I'm told, which is great stuff. And then it's cheaper for you than on Steam, which is good. So do that, FM26. I'm excited. You're excited. It technically comes out on my birthday in Australia as well, which is nice. So it'll be a happy birthday present to me for the full release. But like I said, we'll have been sneaking a couple of games on the laptop while I'm away, but I just won't be able to stream on that, unfortunately. So